Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy is brought to you in part by Tom's Place, the finest in men's fashion, located in Toronto at 190 Baldwin Street, in the heart of Kensington Market. Or visit toms-place.com. It's everything you never needed to know. This is Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
What in the hell is floating?
How many steps does a construction worker take every single day? Hi, I'm Nick.
And I'm Roy, and this week we scour the internet to find out these useless tidbits just for you.
Plus, we'll share some mail we got from our fans. In fact, this week a listener sent us a voice message. Huh? And in the news, mind your own beeswax.
Totally useless information. It's everything you never needed to know.
Yeah, usually, Nick, we can't play those voice messages that we get because they're
Not without
illicit. Illicit is the word I'd use.
Not without a priest or a lawyer, in some cases, both. Thanks for joining us. Over 100 countries around the world have listened to us, and they still are. They're downloading our shows. Thank you very much. We're on the radio. We are on the iHeartRadio Talk Network, coast to coast in Canada and in the United States. So let's build some stuff.
Hey! Oh, you!
Yeah.
Where's your hard hat? Fasten your tool belts. This is Totally Useless Construction Info with Foreman Nick and Roy. Come on, let's go!
You know, this is
Beep,
where beep, beep. This is where her math is wrong. We're foremen. We're only two. That's what we are.
She has a pattern, you know. She says Nick, beep beep, and Roy vroom vroom.
Yeah.
Now she did the beep beep.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
a pattern, Nick. I think the voice lady's after you.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's Morse code is what she's saying, and I can't
I've
repeat.
been told she likes the beep beep.
Well, it all depends on what day of the week it is. All right.
So take that to HR.
Yes. And by the way, she says hello. So the Code of Hammurabi, you know it? Do you know that code?
I do, Nick.
Yeah, okay.
It's actually the basis for the 10 Commandments in the Bible.
No, it's not that one. But well, in a way it is. It's kind of like the Bible for building regulations. 1750 BC. 1750 BC. Just before I was born. One of the oldest and most complete written legal codes that contains basically the earliest record of building regulations. So, for example, these laws are coistic, which means they're if-then type sentences. They were inscribed on a stone. And let me give you a couple of examples, or one example. Law 229 and 230, because there are a bunch of them, according to the law, the Code of Hammurabi. If a poorly constructed house collapsed and killed the owner or their son, the builder or their son would face the death penalty.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he was a serious dude.
He was.
Yeah, it wasn't just building either. He had like, do not kill, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow. See? You learn stuff on this show, folks.
Listen, laugh, and learn.
Know,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Did you know that the Empire State Building was not built of steel? It's a skyscraper, right?
Yeah.
And we think of skyscrapers in New York, built of steel and windows, right?
Yes.
The Empire State Building was built with brick.
Brick. Oh.
The entire building is brick. I did not know that. And that's amazing because I've been there multiple times, but never even thought about it. But guess what? 10 million brick were used to build the Empire State Building. 10 million clay brick.
That's a lot of bricks, man.
Yep.
Speaking of a lot, here's my teaser. Many construction workers on busy job sites consistently record over 20,000 steps. And some even report 30,000 steps in a single shift. Quite intense, you would say. Now, let's compare this to a marathon. A 26.2 mile or 42.2 kilometer marathon generally takes between 50,000 and 55,000 steps to complete, depending on your stride and all that stuff. But 20,000 steps is roughly equal to 10 miles or 16 kilometers Canadian, as the average person takes about 2,000 steps per mile. A lot of walking.
Yeah, well, they're going all over we walk
Yeah.
on the property constantly, going around what you're building.
Exactly.
Here's an interesting fact and something that we don't think about. So when buildings started going past 2 stories, right? Going
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you're building an apartment building with 6 stories.
Yeah.
How do you get the stuff up to the top?
Really carefully.
No, it became a really big problem. You had ropes and pulleys. You had to have 20 guys up there pulling on the rope. If the rope broke, there was a lot of danger involved in it. And it really limited the amount of height that you could build something.
Right.
Until this guy, Otis.
Wait a minute. Otis. Is
Otis
it
Elevators.
That's what I was going to say. That sounds familiar. Why does it sound familiar? Otis Elevators, right.
Right. And Otis invented the freight elevator so that give them the ability to put that stuff on it and hoist these heavy objects up there. And of course, Otis eventually adapts that to the elevator for people and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was solving the problem of height. So Otis not only invents the elevator, he also kind of gives them the ability to do the skyscrapers.
Amazing stuff.
Yeah.
How about being plastered, but not the way that you think?
Nick's plastered normally on every show.
No, I'm not. Come on. As far as I remember, no.
Well, not always, but
no.
today.
Right. No, as far as I remember, I don't. No. Drywall largely replaced plaster in North America during the mid-20th century, specifically gaining dominance during post-World War II building boom of the late 1940s and 50s. No, I wasn't around for that, really. Invented in 19... What are you laughing at? You're 2 months older than I am. Come on.
I was there.
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah. While invented in 1916, it took decades to replace a traditional labor-intensive plastering method, which was common in homes before 1940. So drywall was famously marketed, by the way, as the poor man's plaster.
So here's my teaser. What the hell is floating?
Yeah.
And it's not a boat.
No? Okay.
It's construction, not a boat. Floating is the method. They build a frame and then they fill that frame with concrete. The first slurry layer goes in and then they start building in what they call floating so that the last layers go in up to the top of the frame and then they use trowels to float it and smooth out the top layer of it. It is called floating the concrete. And that's why after they're done, voila, you have a sidewalk, nice, smooth looking sidewalk.
Yeah.
That is poured concrete in a frame, floating it.
Nice. I like that very much. Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Does your wood lie to you?
Nick, my wood is maybe years ago it did, but now
it tells the truth.
It has a general purpose, and that's it.
Well, apparently,
used to have a mind of its own.
Oh, yes, exactly. Now it needs to be reminded every once in a while. A 2x, and this is what Roy was called in high school, a 2x4 stud.
Nick, for Christmas, my wife bought me one of those stud finders for my tool chest.
Right.
I can't use the damn thing. Every time I turn it on, it points to me.
Exactly. Which is why your wife should return it because it's defective. All right. So a 2x4 stud. Now you're thinking 2x4. What does it mean? It measures what? 2 inches. It
measures the amount of
2 inches by 4 inches.
By 4 inches,
right? So
if
it's named 2x4, you would think it's 2 inches by 4 inches, but it's not. It measures 1.5 inches by 3.5 inches.
Yes, but it used to originally measure 2x4.
Okay.
It was years ago when it was milled differently. It was 2x4 until they started milling it in the last, I guess, 40, 50 years.
Probably. So rough
standardized.
Exactly. So, I mean, and you're right on this. I mean, Roy does know a lot about construction because he builds stuff all the time. And you know what? Lego was such a great gift for him. Anyway, rough sawn wood is
my
dry.
favorite toy, by the way, was Lego.
Legos, was it? Cool.
Rough. And the little red suitcase.
Do you still have
the
it?
Lego set that came in the original red suitcase.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I love that toy. That was great.
Yeah, that was rough sawn wood is dried in kilns.
Is it?
Yeah, well, it's like the ovens, like similar ovens that they use to to bake
You're still
pottery.
on the 2x4?
Yes, I am. No, yes, I am. Well, because you kept interrupting. Well, this causes shrinkage, which Roy knows very much about, and then plain smooth, roughly.
Yeah, but mine is from a pool.
Right.
Yours is
It's different. So it removes roughly a 1/4 inch from each side for a consistent finished product. So 1.5 by 3.5, otherwise disguised as a 2x4.
Okay, ready? We talked about floating, right?
Right.
Well, there's a thing in building called formworks. And what is formworks? Well, when you pour concrete, you have to pour it into a form. Now, we're not just talking about sidewalks. We're talking about what they call footers, which down in Florida, we know a lot about, because when you put up those cages on the pools,
Right.
you can't just screw them into the ground. You have to do what's called a footer, like a foundation,
Right.
which is like a 6-inch by 1.5 feet, 2 feet down of concrete into metal forms. But that form has to have the metal and the wood. Then they pour and float the concrete. So first the form workers come in and they do the framework, and then it must be it's to perfection, because if they screw up, you might have to jackhammer it all out and start again when they come to inspect. Yeah. So form workers are real important. They need to know their stuff.
All right. Well, that's pretty cool. So that was construction, something we haven't done in a while here on the show.
Nick, can we tell them about the birthday messages?
Well, okay. So you brought it up. Here's what it is. You go to nickandroy.com. You click on the Nick and Roy store. Roy, tell them why.
They really, folks, this is no lie. Please go to nickandroy.com. Type on the Nick and Roy store. Listen to the birthday message. You can see there's a sample there. This is the greatest gift that you'll ever get for anybody. I'm telling you, you don't have to get off your chair. You don't have to do anything. Go online. You fill out the simple form. It gives us a little information, and we do a mini show for their birthday.
Right.
It's so cool. People are flipping out over it. They love it. It's inexpensive. It's a fantastic gift. You look like a superstar.
nickandroy.com. It's the Nick and Roy store.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information.
Let's talk men's fashion and the best time to refresh your wardrobe. Hi, Nick and Roy for Tom's Place. Pick fresh spring patterns and vibrant colors and fine fabrics from European and Canadian-made designers. Even the hottest new arrivals are on sale.
Say hello to spring with 50% off selected sport jackets, as well as designer, casual, and dress pants. And you won't find this anywhere else. Designer suits from $650, now only $399. Did you hear that? $399 for a designer suit. But Tom makes it even better. You can get 3 of those suits for $1,000.
What? Wow. Plus, suits marked down from $599 now from $249. Complete the look with a vest, dress shoes, and accessories. Great quality, unbeatable value.
Got a wedding, graduation, or formal event coming up? Why rent? Look your best with a 100% lightweight wool tuxedo starting at only $595.
Step into spring with style and a deal. Visit Tom's Place, open every day at 190 Baldwin Street in Kensington Market, and on their website, toms-place.com. That's toms-place.com. Tom's Place will suit you.
Totally useless information with Nick and Roy continues. Listen, laugh, and learn. Welcome to the Totally Useless Information Fashion Show.
All right, my wife is a shoe freak.
Yes?
She's a shoe freak. We've discussed this on the show. I think she might be up to 300 pairs of shoes.
Wow.
Maybe, I don't know, 30 pairs of boots.
Wow.
Maybe more.
Oof.
So she's reaching Amanda Marco's territory with the shoes.
Yeah.
She just loves it. And
Yeah.
she goes out searching for a bargain, buying all these designer shoes for a third of the price.
Yeah.
It's like her hobby, you know?
Yeah.
So the world's oldest pair of shoes ever discovered. And she loved this. She really did like this one.
Yeah.
5,500 years ago.
Wow.
These shoes were worn by a human being. They were found in a cave in Armenia. They are literally shoes that are 5,500 years old, and they were in this cave, so they made it through, and they have these artifacts.
Yeah.
5,500-year-old shoe.
So at the time,
and they knew it was. They did a carbon dating on the foot fungus that was on it.
Yes. The toe jam. Ooh. Yes. So at the time of this recording, and by the way, we did neglect to mention that the time that this show will broadcast on the podcast and also on the radio station, it is Mother's Day weekend. And we want to wish all the moms out there a very happy Mother's Day. And Roy and I will pay a small tribute to our moms who have since left us, but they've left us with a quite something. So we'll talk about that. But happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Now, if you want to take Mom to the movies, how about The Devil Wears Prada? Number 2 is just coming out. It's actually out in theaters now. But the real Andy Sachs, that was what the whole movie was about, was in the very first one, Devil Wears Prada 1. Now, she had a really small cameo role. She made a split-second cameo appearance in the film because she was the twins' nanny. So Lauren Weisberger worked at Vogue as Anna Wintour's assistant from 1999 to 2000. She wrote The Devil Wears Prada, which was released in 2003. So over 20 years later, the second one's out. The Devil Wears Prada 2 is in theaters now, as I mentioned.
That's funny, her name. I'm thinking about opening up a chain of food stores with healthy, low-fat hamburgers called Weisberger.
Weisberger, yes. In your case, it's Wise Guy Burger.
Before the 19th century, Nick.
Yes.
Right before it.
Yes.
Late 18th century.
Yes.
Being fat was very, very vogue and popular and fashionable. Oh, the days, Nick, when we would be considered sexy.
Yes. Or husky.
Then the 19th century rolled around, and so in the mid-19th century, it reversed.
Oh.
And being skinny was the trend. And so the corset was invented. To cinch ladies' waists and stomachs to make it appear as though they were very, very thin. But did you know that the corset was responsible for a lot of health problems in women of that era? Stomach issues, broken ribs, things like that, kidney issues, because they were made so tight that they would affect circulation.
Wow.
And digestive circulation. So the 19th century, early 19th century, fat was in. By early to mid 19th century, skinny became the trend.
And so Roy and I have now brought back that trend.
We're bringing it back.
Exactly.
We're bringing sexy back.
Retro
We're
fat.
eating burgers, bringing sexy back.
It's called retro fat. Is what it is. So everyone has worn blue jeans. Everyone has worn the Levi Strauss. They're the original creators of those jeans. The small copper rivets on the jeans that you see, they solved problems of the past because of how what they were doing is they were bringing around putting heavy tools and all kinds of other stuff in their pockets, and so the pockets started to rip. And so the inventor, Jacob Davis, who was a tailor from Reno, Nevada, developed the idea of putting the rivets. Now, he was already using rivets to attach straps to horse blankets and realized they could be used to reinforce pockets on work pants. But here's the problem.
Makes sense.
It cost $68 in order to file for a patent, which he didn't have.
Oh, my God.
So I know, isn't that horrible?
I would have lent him the 68.
I would have lent him 40. And expect 68 back. So he wrote to his fabric supplier in San Francisco, Levi Strauss.
Who stole the idea?
He proposed our partnership. So in May 20th, 1873, Davis and Levi Strauss were granted U.S. patent 139,121.
I'm sorry, I hate stories like that.
Why?
It's like Edison. They all took credit for everybody's.
Well, they said. But
Edison was worse. He didn't even give percentages out.
No, he didn't.
At least this guy gave him 50%.
Yeah, Edison wasn't bright, was he? Anyway, so 139,121 U.S. patent number, improvement in fastening pocket openings was the name of the patent.
So it was pretty vague.
Yeah, it was. Not
Wow.
Vogue, vague.
Nick does this a lot
What's
on
that?
the
Oh.
weekends. But in the late 17th century, it was extremely fashionable and showed your wealth if men wore high heel shoes.
Oh, okay.
Nick does it now for fun on the weekends
Yeah.
with a lot of makeup,
Mhm.
which he needs a lot of makeup.
Yep.
There isn't enough makeup in a CVS store for him.
No, you know what? Or a Shoppers Drug Mart up here. But you know what? I borrowed most of it from Roy, but you were saying.
Nick needs so much makeup that he buys 40 tins of fake eyelashes and attaches them to his
All right.
forehead.
I haven't had bangs in years. All right, go on. What were you saying?
Nick, no, I'm joking.
Okay, yeah.
So
Yeah.
in the late 17th century, it was fashionable for men to wear high heels. Now, we're not talking about like a little heel. We're talking about like 7-inch high heels.
Wow.
Like a woman would wear a very high heel.
Yeah.
Made them feel taller than the average man. And it gave them this, so apparently this fashionable wealth, that they were showing. And of course, after, and I guess at that time, drinking was very popular as well.
Yes, it was. Yeah. There you go.
Oh, boy. Yeah. 17th century wearing high heels, man. Very fashionable.
All right. Well, listen, I've stopped wearing high heels because it hurts my back.
Yep.
And other people's fronts. Okay.
I was just going to say, it hurts my front.
Wow. This is how long? This is 47 years of friendship, and we finish each other's pancakes. All right. So hats off to you. The fedora. Everyone knows the fedora, right? Do you own any fedoras? Have you owned any fedoras?
I actually have. I have 2 fedoras.
2? Okay. Do you wear them when
Indiana Jones style.
Do you wear them when you perform? By the way, Roy does perform. If you
wear them when I go naked in the hot tub.
Okay. Wow.
That's a sight, isn't it?
Oh, no, it's not. So you go to visit another website. You know about nickandroy.com. Go to musicbyroy.com, and if you're in the southwest part of Florida, check it out. Click on that website, and he'll tell you where he's singing, because he does sing. Not only does he use this information here, but he also entertains you.
I never wear a hat when I'm singing.
Didn't Frank Sinatra sing with a fedora?
Frank Sinatra had a hat on?
He did. For you. The fedora was originally popularized by women and served as a fashion-forward it was a rebellious accessory for women, becoming a staple of male fashion decades later. So, of course, we all remember males wearing fedoras, but women wore them first. Now, a little bit of...
I don't appreciate stapling a hat to my head.
No, exactly. Hey, keep your hat on. We'll give you a staple gun. The word fedora, by the way, comes from the title of an 1882 play called Fedora, written especially for the famous French actress Sarah Bernhardt. In the play, Bernhardt wore a soft felt center creased brimmed hat. She was known for cross-dressing and challenging gender norms. While it was worn by both genders in the early 1900s, it was largely considered a woman's fashion item first. It became, of course, adopted by men after 1924, when Edward, Prince of Wales, started wearing them.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information. We're back with totally useless information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
So in that fact here on Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy, I gave you a word, right, which is fedora. I gave you a little bit of history, and of course fashion, all in one. Isn't that amazing? That's talent.
You're an amazing guy, Nick, and a crossdresser.
Useless.
But
No,
let
useless.
me go on to mine. I have a word. It's called fashionista.
Fashionista. Okay, well, wow.
Right.
All right.
And fashionista is a word that describes somebody that's really into fashion. I would consider my wife a fashionista.
Okay.
And she also dresses the part. She's a beautiful, beautiful woman. Hi, honey.
Hi. Oh, sorry.
I didn't mean what I did or said.
Right.
Except what I said now.
Right. Exactly.
Where does the word fashionista come from? Right?
Okay. Yeah. Good question.
Well, guess what? It's
What?
a very, very new term. It was brought about in the early 1990s from a show called Sex in the City.
Ah.
on that show, they say, "Oh, you're such a fashionista."
And so the expression stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. So,
So I have you ever watched the show Sex in the City, Nick? Did you get any tips? Did you get any tips from it for your weekend ventures?
it was on in the room when my wife was watching it. So yes, I've seen the show.
I despise the show, Nick.
Why?
Number one, they make it look like New York is this wonderful, safe place.
Yes. But hide your fedoras.
You ever see them travel on a train? Nope.
No.
You ever seen him step over a homeless? Nope.
Nope.
You ever seen him get a contact high from the pot smell that comes and hits you in the face?
Nope.
Do you ever get the feeling that you're in a restroom when you're in New York City because of the odor?
Something tells me you will not be selected for the spokesperson for I Love New York campaign for some
I
reason.
love New York.
For the homeless people. All right. So I know Roy has accused me of wearing high heels.
Why do they call them homeless, Nick?
Because they don't have
They
homes.
live in New York.
Right. Okay, that's right. No fixed address. Okay, so Roy has accused me of wearing high heels, and there's nothing wrong with that. Everyone has their own sort of...
Nick, accusing and accusation is a very strong word.
It is.
I actually have pictures.
Do you? Okay. Well, so do I. Roy in lingerie. The word lingerie. The word lingerie is derived from the French word linge, which means linen. It originates from the French term for linen goods, referencing the material traditionally used for undergarments. But the term was increasingly used in English in the mid-19th century to describe more refined, often white, cotton, or linen undergarments. Lingerie. All right. So on the show a few weeks ago, we introduced a new topic, which we'll do again today. But a reminder, when you go to nickandroy.com, don't forget to go to the bottom of the page and you sign up for our newsletter. It's free, absolutely free. Just put your name on there. And by the way, we do not sell your email information, so don't worry about it. We're that useless. We don't even bother selling your information. So thank you for that. Go to nickandroy.com.
This is your final boarding call for totally useless travel information with Nick and Roy. Now boarding.
That has to be one of my favorites. I mean, that's a recent one, obviously. The voice lady does such a great job.
It's a sultry sound.
Yeah, it does.
Makes you want to board the plane.
Yeah. Is that a metaphor for something?
I'll get on board.
Listen, the flight will be delayed or canceled. And boy, will there be turbulence. All right. So now, people, when they go on a plane, they say a prayer, don't they? Usually. Like those who are afraid of flying.
Do you say a prayer?
I do. And it's not because I'm afraid of flying. I just say it's something that I do. I just say like a little prayer.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Nick.
it is.
I don't think I've ever done that.
Okay. Bless you.
I check the pilots, though. I'll tell you that. Make sure they're not drunk.
Well, the thing
hey,
is,
you flying this plane? What's 29 plus 16?
Listen, never mind. If you catch the pilot praying, then maybe that might be a problem.
Yeah, I know. That's the one you got to worry about. The pilot with the rosary beads.
Exactly. Dublin Airport has observed one of aviation's most quietly enduring traditions for nearly 6 decades. A full blessing of every aircraft on the apron is performed every Christmas without exception.
Oh, so they have a priest come down and bless the planes.
Yes. The practice began.
Well, that's because the Irish don't have many mechanics, so
Right.
I'm going to bring the priest down here. We don't know what the hell's going on.
Flyer Airline.
Any intervention would be helpful at this point.
Flyer Airline, where our slogan is a wing and a prayer. All right.
Yeah. Right.
So the practice began in 1967 with Aer Lingus aircraft was carried out.
That's another bad name.
The practice began in 1967 where Aer Lingus aircraft was carried out as a religious observance tied to the airline's Irish Catholic identity, of course. Over the following decades, the blessing expanded beyond Aer Lingus to over the entire fleet at Dublin airports. It's not just the airline, the whole airport on Christmas morning, regardless of the airline or the operator. It is the ceremony is led by the chaplain of Our Lady, Queen of Heaven. And the blessing takes place on the apron, as we said. You know what? I do know a pilot. I'm going to ask him why they call it an apron. I'd like to invite him on our show to talk to a pilot about this stuff, right? Because it's travel. So I'm going to ask him why they call it an apron. Anyway, this blessing happens on the apron where the priest moving between the aircraft in the early hours of Christmas Day, which is why your flight will be delayed.
The longest road in the world
Yes.
is the Pan American Highway.
Oh.
I've never heard of it. 19,000 miles long.
Wow.
That seems impossible, right?
Yeah.
It's a network of connecting roads that you could take from Prudhoe, Alaska. It goes from Prudhoe, Alaska to Argentina, all the way to Argentina. So it literally covers North and South America. You drive through the cold in Alaska, deserts in Mexico, and rainforests in Costa Rica to get down to Argentina.
Wow.
It is connecting, and you do at one point have to take a ferry, which connects South America and Central America. So, I mean, it's just insane, but it is one road called the Pan American Highway, folks. Look it up. 19,000 miles.
Wow.
You'll need an oil change after that.
An oil change. You need lunch. So those of us who've flown before and ordered a window seat, and
Yes.
you get on the plane, and you realize...
And you have to sit there and hold a window in your lap.
No, that's not. But here's the thing. So you wanted a window seat, and when you walk onto the aircraft, right, and you look, and there's your row, there's your seat and row number, the airplane window is not perfectly aligned with your seat.
Yeah,
and you're
I
thinking,
agree. You
right?
have to lean forward most of the time, or backwards sometimes.
Yeah, so it's not lined up. So designers place them according to the aircraft structure and frame spacing. So it explains why some rows enjoy the perfect views where you don't have to, go forward or backwards, but others find a window slightly behind them in most cases.
Yeah, that's not good. I could never understand that. I like to sit on a cushy seat.
Right.
I could never understand why people like to sit on a window.
Right. Well,
A window seat.
yeah, it would be a real pain for the flight.
Yeah,
there you go.
a pain.
Thank you. Exactly.
Okay, if you're traveling, USA Today says, are they still in existence? USA
I think
Today?
they are. Yeah.
Do they don't print anymore, I guess.
I think they do. And when they first came out, I think it was the Gannett Publishing or something. And I remember it was the early 80s. I was on the Mr. Nick program on 59 WLEX at Hunter College Radio. And yes, I found the tapes, by the way. I found the tapes from the Mr. Nick program, and I'm going to convert them from cassette to the computer, and
Many
will share.
agents have lost their lives trying to dispose of those tapes.
Right, exactly. So on the Mr. Nick program, and I remember when USA Today came out, and the big feature of it was it had a color weather map for the whole country of the United States.
Yeah,
that was their
the
selling
color
feature.
on the
Yeah,
front. Yeah,
exactly.
USA Today says
Yes.
that Spanish is the happiest language.
Oh.
And here's how they did this, Nick.
Okay.
They compiled information from books, news articles,
Okay.
Twitter, and other sources of written language.
Okay.
So basically, they rummaged through a lot of written stuff, and they realized using scores for, let's say, the word greed would get like a 1, whereas the word love would get like a 10. So they used a scoring system for words, and they found that Spanish is the happiest language.
Nick and Roy will continue with totally useless information. You're listening to Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. Listen, laugh, and learn.
Go to our website, nickandroy.com, as we've suggested throughout the show, again, to order your birthday or anniversary messages, which a lot of people have done, so thank you. Go to the bottom of the page, and you can sign up for our newsletter. Also on our
web, play it, Nick.
Also,
play it.
Also on our webpage,
everybody wants to hear it.
You can leave us a voice message. So let's delve into the mailbag.
What's in the mailbag? What's in the mail?
I'm very, very excited about this, Nick. Well, we don't normally get to play them because a lot of the voice messages are a bit crude. Some of them are slightly I'd say the heavy breathing ones are a little bit over the top.
Oh, I hit record on that one? I didn't realize. So you go to nickandroy.com and you click on, it says leave a message for Roy and Nick, and somebody did, and this is from Rita.
Hi, Nick and Roy. My name is Rita from Detroit. I'm a big fan of your show. I love listening to AM 800. Thank you for doing such a great job. Goodbye.
Wow, isn't that nice?
Rita from Detroit.
From Detroit. So, as we said, we're on the iHeartRadio Talk Network, coast to coast in Canada and United States. So, AM 800, CKLW is one of the radio stations that you can hear us on, as well as our podcast. But CKLW in Windsor is where Rita's from, and thank you very much. And, of course, Detroit's proximity to Windsor, which is why we get audiences in Windsor and Detroit. Here's a cool thing now on the iHeartRadio app. You can set a preset. You know, like the old-fashioned car radios? Mm-hmm. You can set a preset and put Total Uses information right there at your fingertips, and a click away, and you get us.
So lovely, Rita, the meter maid.
There you go. I don't know what she did for a living. But thank you, Rita.
Thank you, Rita.
So go to nickandroy.com, and you read it nickandroy.com, and you can send us a voicemail as well.
You too can be in 100 countries around the world. Millions of people will hear your voice like they did with Rita. So I went into the mailbag.
Yes.
And I picked this one out especially because it's from where I'm located in Florida.
All right.
And it's Tony from Estero, Florida.
All right.
Who says, I love your show. I learn a lot of useless information.
Okay.
Which comes in handy when I speak to my useless friends.
Oh, okay.
That was great.
There you go.
Maybe he knows me.
Yeah, well, yeah. Probably does. Maybe came out to see one of your shows.
Yeah, he said, I turn a lot of people on to listening to your show. He said, keep up the good work. You guys are great. You make me laugh. You teach me stuff. I want to thank you so much for doing that.
Yeah.
So, Tony, Stero, there you go.
Thank you very much. On the show today, we talked about construction. We talked about fashion. We went traveling in the travel section. It's time for the news.
And now, from around the corner and around the world, this is TUI News.
This story comes to us from the United States of America. It does not come from Florida, so you can exhale. A Massachusetts woman has been jailed for 6 months after a 2022 incident in which she released a swarm of bees on police officers executing an eviction notice at her friend's property.
I would say that's a deadly weapon, Nick.
Well, a jury at Springfield, Massachusetts court...
Did the cops say, hey, put away those bees, honey?
They did. She got offended. They found... They found Rebecca...
Was it a sting operation?
It was. That's why I said in my teaser, mind your own beeswax.
Well, you know, when you see an incident like that, it could be very traumatic. You could break out in hives.
Right.
They get worse, folks.
What do bees use to straighten out their hair? A honeycomb. What? Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Rebecca.
They do get worse.
as promised. You know, often. Rebecca Rory Woods. She has 3 names, which means she's important. She's 59 years old. They found her guilty of 4 counts of simple assault as opposed to a complicated assault. And
there's nothing simple about releasing trained bees that attack cops.
Battery.
Did she show them pictures of cops?
No. Running. Maybe that's what they did. Battery and 2 counts of reckless assault in the month of April. Almost
going to spend some time.
But this is after 4 years. This is how long it took for them to go to the trial. So this is a recent story, even though the incident happened in 2022.
Oh, okay.
After
4 years ago.
She drove into the driveway of a Longmeadow home, towing a flatbed trailer loaded with beehives, and attempted to unleash thousands of bees onto officers who were executing the eviction notice. She was sentenced to 6 months in jail. Because what she did was, now check this out, she smashed open boxes full of insects and flipped them off the trailer, releasing the swarms of highly agitated bees.
Yeah, no, they don't like that.
That's why they were agitated.
Yeah. They're upset. And it was the cops' fault, probably, because that's why they went after her.
Well, maybe. But so remember, this is her friend's house that they were executing the eviction. The 59-year-old, we'll call her B. Is it Beatrice?
Call her Honey.
Honey, okay.
Call her Honey.
Listen,
That's
honey.
a little disparaging, isn't
There
it?
you go. Hey, it never expires. Anyway, the 59-year-old, here's the key, a housing advocate.
Oh, she's a housing advocate.
She has experienced several evictions herself.
Oh, she's a housing advocate who is getting evicted. That's an oxymoron, isn't it?
No, but wait a minute. No. This was her friend's place. She was attempting to protect the home of her friend, an 80-year-old cancer patient.
She was there bringing her some honey, maybe, from the trailer.
Well,
What was she doing with the hives on the trailer?
I'm not sure. There's footage of the incident shared by Massachusetts Live, I guess. They were yelling, "Hey, hey, hey, she has a truck full of bees." And his colleagues were talking.
Get your hand out of the hive.
Right. Get
Let me see your hands.
Let me see your hand.
Let me see your wings.
So as the colleagues were conversing with a person at the door of a large residence, so during the ordeal, deputies and HCSO, which I guess is their housing organization, was on scene, were stung multiple times, including one who suffered stings to the face and head.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to get stung in the face.
No, that would hurt. That would hurt.
You know, no, that's not fun.
Several members
You
of
ever
the
got
team.
stung by a bee?
Yes,
Yeah, me too.
but thankfully I'm not allergic to it. You're not? Are you
I
allergic?
stung once in my hand.
Yeah.
And once in the instep of my foot. I
Oh.
stepped down, there was a bee on the floor, and he stung my instep. That
Oof.
hurt.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah,
it
that
does.
wasn't fun.
No, it wasn't. Several members of the team were injured, but one staff member was transported to the hospital. That's how serious that was. So 59-year-old.
Now, there's an issue here, Nick,
What's the issue?
because the queen is in the hive.
Right.
Wherever the queen goes, so do the bees.
Ah.
So when she tossed them over, the queens had to go somewhere to try to form a new hive because that one was disrupted. So I want to know what happened to the bees.
To the queen bee.
This is important because I consider myself a massive environmentalist.
Oh, yeah, you're massive, all right. Listen, that's all the time that we have for this episode of Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy. We will scour the internet far and wide to find more totally useless information just for you.
Until then, we say thank you for making this show such a big hit.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Roy.
Thanks for listening.
Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy is recorded and produced in Canada. For more totally useless information, visit nickandroy.com. That's nickandroy.com. Totally Useless Information with Nick and Roy has been brought to you in part by Tom's Place, the finest in men's fashion. Located in Toronto at 190 Baldwin Street in the heart of Kensington Market. Or visit toms-place.com.